Hi everyone, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Wednesday, the 26th of February 2020. Thank you for joining me. As a thank you to you guys, because you support me so much and I love you. And thank you to my wonderful Patreon subscribers who support me. I have bought another deck of tarot cards for us to use, and I picked this one because I love the name. It's just so over the top. The Tarot Grand Lux. It sounds like something a Leo would create. We've got the big lion there. It's like the MGM Metro Goldwyn Mayer lion, isn't it? So very dramatic. And I like dramatic cards. I like big colors. I like things magical and dramatic, and this seems right up my alley. So let's have a look at this deck and see. Ooh, isn't that gorgeous? You see, when you open something like that and you're surprised, it's so beautiful. Another beautiful surprise. I've chosen well here. I like this deck. I've got a good feeling. So we need to open this. So just bear with me. While I'm opening this, instead of waffling along, the readings themselves are for all signs of the zodiac. They're for everyone who watches. So it's not, a reading for Pisces or Scorpio. It's for everybody. So what I do is I tune into the energy and I ask the cards while I shuffle them. What is Wednesday the 26th all about? What can I expect? How can I make use of the day's energy? Is there some sort of present in the day for me? Is there some sort of gift that I can get? Or is there some sort of learning or spiritual awakening that I can have? What are the traps that I need to look out for and not fall into? So let's have a look at what the cards have to say on all that. So let's do that. We have the Three of Cups, beautifully drawn. Oh, love. The King of Swords. Gorgeous. Ah, and the Six of Cups. Beautiful. Aren't these beautiful? I just want to show you the cards because I'm blown away how gorgeous these are. I just want to show you some of the other ones. Really beautiful. Wow. I love. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Oh, right. So we've got the Three of Cups. You can see these three women celebrating, and they are dancing in the clouds. They're angels. They are having such a good time. And here we've got three hands cheersing, and it's joy and it's happiness, and they're holding hands. And this is what friendship is about. It's about having some spare time to spend with people who you admire and who you enjoy being with, people whose company you actually enjoy, and you laugh and you're able to connect in a really positive way. It's really important to have friends in life. I think as people get older, it's a great insight that it's harder to form friendships because you don't have things like school and university and alumni and other clubs and things that you join. But as an adult, it's important to continue to make friends, because having a friend anywhere or a network of friends can be a real support. Today, rather than your friends supporting you, they are lifting you up. They're saying, come on, let's cheers and let's have fun and let's go wild and let's leave the world behind. They're totally ungrounded. They're floating up in the sky and they're saying anything's possible. Let's go to Vegas and just gamble 10 grand. It'll be fun. It'll be hilarious. And then afterwards, when the debt collectors come around and they take my furniture, I'll cry then. But now everything's wonderful. So it's too much. They need to be a little bit grounded. They're very irresponsible in a sense, but they're just having fun and they're trying to make the most of the day by being with one another and enjoying themselves. Then we have the King of Swords, who looks like some Nordic god. I love his winged helmet. And then we've got the eagle there representing, I love the eagle. It's appeared so often in readings recently. It has actually, hasn't it? I've mentioned it loads of times recently. I mentioned it about the podium having an eagle in it and the message being spread all over the world. We had an eagle again symbolizing freedom. Here we've got the King of Swords. The king makes decisions. Swords is the element of air, more air. Even though this is cups, water, they are in the air. So he brings more air to the party. And air is about communication. It's about making good decisions. It's not letting yourself be conned or tricked into things. You have complete clarity, understanding of what is going on. The eagle here seems like a familiar who takes his message and spreads it all over the world. The wings here, he needs to get everywhere. So his thinking is quick and fast, and every subject he is the king of. If you can think of it, if you can name it, if you can conceive of it, he has done it. So think of the King of Swords as being the collective unconscious, as having access to all knowledge. And he is eager to share that knowledge with other people. And the other way that this eagle looks to me is like kind of an attack mode. It's like, get away from him. And it's like, wee, coming towards you saying, don't come near. He's got this blue cloak. He's got armor. He has the helmet, the weapon, everything. So he's ready for battle. And symbolically, it means that negative words, other people's opinions, they bounce off him. He's got the shield. Ping, ping, ping. Everything just bounces off. He is in touch with his feelings. And the best man and the best woman in the world, or the best people I've met, are people who are both intellectual and emotional. People who aren't afraid to make themselves vulnerable. Like, comedians who have that like Robin Williams. He was so funny, and then he could be incredibly tragic. And it's those wonderful people who embody that dualistic nature of the planet we live on. So he embodies that. He is able to conceive of any idea or imagine anything. And he wants to feel good. He wants to feel safe. He wants to know what's going on. He's curious. He's interested in the world. Then we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups, you can see a little girl swinging. She's got her teddy bear and her rocking horse, her toys. There's a cup there saying, here you go, sippy cups all over the place for the little girl, and she's just having a good time. The Six of Cups is about innocence and really feeling your inner child and being happy and allowing yourself to be happy. So what this means altogether, you really want to go party and enjoy yourself with other people. You want to connect and make friends. At the same time, these two are connected really. This is totally unconnected. Yeah, the Three of Cups is all about that, because you want to connect with other people and you want to enjoy the day so you can retrieve your inner child and you can remember what your inner child enjoyed. When you were swinging on that swing when you were 5 years old, 6 years, 7 years old, and you put your head back and you just felt the swing, and it was something that you did independently for the first time in your life. I love those memories I have of coming out of childhood and doing things for the first time by myself. The first time I petted a sheep by myself. It was such a dramatic moment. So what is she thinking about in this moment? And her dreams of what life could become and the endless possibilities. Look at all those birds. She can go live anywhere. Her ideas can change the world. There's infinite potential. So that's what you're looking for. And what you're getting is a cold soldier in the middle, really. That's what he seems like compared to these women. But he is in touch with his feelings and he thinks clearly. So I really think that he's on your side protecting you. He's your bodyguard because you're so into enjoying yourself and going into yourself and having fun that you're forgetting about your responsibilities, about what boundaries you've put in place. You just forget about the things that are grounded, that have to do with planet Earth, money, and, you know, maybe you didn't speak to her. Maybe this lady didn't speak to her for 6 years because she made up a rumor that her husband was cheating on her. But they've forgotten all of that now, and she's let her back into her life, and she now is spreading a rumor about this one, that her husband is being unfaithful. So, yes, it's lovely to be with friends and to get in touch with your inner child, but it's also lovely not to be completely deluded and to think that everyone has my best interests at heart. Everyone wants my inner child to thrive. Everyone is just on my side all the time. They all just applaud me. No, the reality is that I can check in with myself. I'm protected. And even though I want this pink cloud, this bubble, I'm a realist and I'm going to use this energy to help other people, to be of service, to be creative. So through music and art and sculpture, to be a healer. So if you're a Reiki healer, if you're a psychic medium, if you're a counselor, this is the day to use that excitement and to put that excitement into a thought, into an idea, and you can come up with an idea that is going to help other people, that's going to be a message that you can take to other people, and that's really going to be meaningful and consistent. He is, even though he's the king of swords, I love using different decks because they all make them different and it just adds so much more meaning. Because he seems so heavy, I mean, that armor weighs a ton. He is really the ruler of the day. And we're seeing a little bit of frivolity, and the warning is that, yes, you have everyone's best intentions at heart and you want to have a good time, but you can really misinterpret things. You can really fly off in a wrong direction and you can get your feelings hurt. The way I've always approached that is to make myself completely vulnerable, to put it all out there, and then people can attack me or not if they choose, and it's all the same to me. Because you can't worry about what other people think of you too much, or you forget what you're about and what you're interested in and what you're feeling. The poor king today, he's having to get everyone back on track in a sense of, you know, don't just fly around, take some responsibility and think and come up with new ideas and be helpful and share a positive message. That's great. Be with your friends and communicate and do all of that, and make sure that you don't fall into a trap, that it's genuine positivity. And the best way you can use the day's energy is to come up with a brilliant idea, inspiration that's going to help you fly off into a really happy future that genuinely makes your inner child happy and makes your inner child want to get on the swing and have a good time. So inspiration can come from anywhere. It can come from going to lunch with the girls. It can come from picking up a bunch of magazines at the local newsstand and going through them and just, wow, this article is amazing. That's how Truman Capote wrote In Cold Blood. He was reading the paper and he saw that this family had been murdered in Kansas. It was a tiny little article, and then he went to Kansas, and Oh, please excuse me if I got the wrong state. I think it was in Kansas, but yeah, the Cutlers, I think, was the family name. Okay, so he just had this little thing and it inspired him and it created a masterpiece. So look at inspiration and look at him. Instead of using him as a bodyguard, use him as a lightning rod for ideas. And let other people inspire you with joy and happiness. Anyone who makes you feel bad or gives you a guilt trip or does something that involves you cleaning up their mess for 3 or 4 hours, no, that's a big no today. It's got to be about you. Otherwise, you will get the wrong end of the stick. You may misunderstand things. You may gallop off in the wrong direction. And miscommunication can happen when there doesn't need to be any. So that's what I get in terms of the tarot. Number-wise, we've got 3 and a court card, which is 1. That's 4. And 6 is 10. 10 reduces to 1 in numerology. And 1 is the loneliest number. No, 1 is the king. 1 is the magician. 1 is the emperor, the king, the person who is in charge. Number 1 on the leaderboard, in charge of the people, the country. He is the boss. You know, in those feudal times, really, the kings and queens were seen as extensions of God. So don't pay so much attention to what other people are saying or what they promise you. Instead, make sure that it's feeling in connection with thinking, not just feeling and believing everything and being an open-faced sandwich, just asking to be lied to. Use your analytical skills as well, and remember your role in it and what you want and how you want to appear and who you want to spend time with. You decide what feels right and you decide what you create. The best outcome I see is that you have an idea that helps you move forward in your life, that brings you great joy, and that brings great joy to your inner child, same thing. In any area, it could be that you have this great idea about work or your friendships or family, or you recognize something about yourself, and it's a discovery that is wonderful. And please claim that idea, that inspiration that comes in, because when it feels this wonderful coming in, you'll work on it and all of it will be wonderful. If it's negative from the beginning, it will continue to have problems and negativity throughout. It's the way things work. They come in patterns and certain things have certain energies about them. Like some days I do readings and I do 4 readings, and it just so happens that all 4 people have just recently been divorced. There are synchronicities and there are streams of energy. And when we're in the flow of that energy, everything works. When we align ourselves with it. And today, be open-minded, be willing to hear new ideas and feel new things and be inspired and analyze those things. They will liberate you and bring sunshine into your life. Cheers, have a wonderful day. This is so positive. You get to choose whatever you want to do. You're the boss, you're the magician, you're in charge. So take your power, take your passion and make it happen, as it says in that song. Have a wonderful day. If you would like a personal reading with me, please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. You can order your personal reading with me on the website. I use the tarot, astrology, and numerology in my personal readings. For your astrology chart, I need your place of birth, date of birth, and time of birth. If you don't have the time of birth, there's a process called chart rectification. You can also order that on the website. That's a process where you send in 10 or more life events and I can work out your time of birth. It's important because the chart changes every 4 minutes. Once I have your chart, it's a snapshot of the sky at the moment you were born, and I can really answer any question that you've got. So if you're interested in that, please get in touch with me via the website. If you like this video, then please share it online. if you want to come out as someone who likes tarot cards and is into tarot cards, I would be happy to be the person who helps you come out in your belief. That would be awesome. And also, if you like my videos or this video in general, then please hit subscribe so that you are notified of more stuff coming out, because I do a daily reading. I'm here every day with you guys, so I do a daily reading, I do a weekly horoscope for all signs of the zodiac, then I do monthly horoscopes for each sign of the zodiac, so Pisces, Aries, Gemini, and then I do yearly readings as well. I do live readings, so if you're subscribed and you have the bell on, I come on live sometimes and I pull cards for people who can't afford readings, just to give them a free mini reading, to give them an answer and some guidance. So you won't be notified unless you're subscribed. So please subscribe. Have a wonderful day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.